Here's a very quick update of what I think is going on with the precious metals. If you see this silver chart, this is looking at it from in a monthly point of view, going back to February of 2011. You can see that we've established this sideways pattern in a channel. In normal conditions, or other conditions, economically speaking, I would have thought we'd see a flagstaff down. And of course we may still see that. However, if we go, and you'll notice that today we had it, here's yesterday, and yesterday's close is in there somewhere. In fact, let's jump in to look at it real closely. There's a 1 week view. Just a moment, but you'll see that this gap up today, this big move up, takes us to the top of that trend line. And let's see if we get that 1 week view come up. Here's the 1 week view, here's the gap. We've gapped over this particular trend line, which may or may not be significant, but here we are. And this has put us right near the highs for this particular sideways action. So there's that. Let's go look at gold real quickly. Gold 2 has moved up. Jump back to the 6-month chart. You can see that we are at new highs. We've got this gold. Here's the close. That's the close on the old high. Draw a horizontal line across, and we're clearly broken above that. Now, that's not to say that this trend is broken to the upside, but it is to say we are at the top of the channel, and there are indications that things may be going higher. Why do I say that in the absence of really strong confirming technicals? I say that because of this man right here, Mitch McConnell. The important part of the story is that Republicans have, quote-unquote, launched a long-shot proposal to give Obama sweeping new powers to muscle through an increase in the government's debt limit without the approval of a bitterly divided Congress. Remember, this is a Republican proposal, so that the president can move the debt limit up without their permission, which is really, the whole concept is sort of staggering, and I think that the markets are reacting to this. I think the markets are reacting to Bernanke's comments that gold is not money, and that you can go find this article on Drudge and go read it. There's a lot there. That was in response to a Ron Paul question. If we look at Bernanke fights Ron Paul in Congress, gold isn't money. You should go ahead and Google these articles yourself and read them. Again, Bernanke Fed may launch a new round of stimulus, which means printing more money. What does that mean for gold and silver? It means things will move up. And lastly, the dollar falls after Bernanke. The euro rebounds. I don't know what to make of that, but the dollar is what we need to be concerned about here in the United States. And after Bernanke's comments, the dollar falls. So if we go back real briefly to our silver and gold charts, we can see that yes, we are at the top of the channel. Let's go back to silver. We were at the top of these prices, and the gold is still inside this very solid uptrend channel. With silver, which has been choppier, I think because there's been more little guy speculation, we're right at the top of this sideways channel, and you might consider that to be a sell point in normal conditions. But here we are with all these comments today in the news. Wouldn't be surprised to see it broken. I would think that the odds are we'll have a retracement to here once the news changes and people's mindset is not quite so fearful. The reality is, if the Republicans give in and turn a clearly congressional power relative to the Constitution over to the president, then that's basically a concession that we will have more inflation. I think the Republicans are doing this for political reasons. They don't want to get saddled with the quote-unquote blame for a bad economy during the next election, and therefore they're trying to put the burden of this decision onto the president. Maybe short-term it may be good politics, long-term I think it's incredibly stupid. But I'm not the one that has to make that decision. So here we are, this is the situation, and this is why I think the markets are doing what they're doing today, and why I think that long-term, even if we have this rebound down to here, that silver and gold remain a good buy. So if you're a physical buyer, I'd say keep on buying through this because we can't predict the prices. If you're a speculator, obviously, you have to be very careful because these markets are very, very volatile.